Hi guys, and welcome back to Coil Life. Today we're going to be having a look at the Luxe kit from Vaporesso with the SKRR sub-ohm tank on top. This is a little touchscreen device, really nice. You just 1, 2, 3 get into your menus. Dead simple. A little bit complicated to begin with, but once you get used to it, know what you're doing, it is very simple indeed. The sub-ohm tank on top, the SKRR tank, vapes spectacularly. I've loved this flavour. The flavour you get off this is incredible, straight out of the box as well. The coils have a unique little twist. I do find that the vape from this tank is as smooth as anything I've ever tried. Where's everyone gone? It is awesome. Really good tank on this. But before I go into any more details, let's drop down and have an up close and personal tour around the Luxe and the SKRR from Vaporesso. Okay guys, so here we are with the Vaporesso Luxe kit with the SKRR tank on top and the box it comes in. So on there you can see you've got quad flow air distribution system. You've got a 2-inch TFT colour display, child-proof locking mechanism. This also has the Omni board 4.0, 2.5 amp quick charging. Welcome to the world of the tailored beast, Vaporesso. And then on the back you've got the Luxe with the SKRR, a little bit of information. Product contains what's in the box. You've got some specs there for the mod and the tank as well. And then if we have a look on the inside, you will get a little card like this. Follow Vaporesso on Instagram to win more special prizes. And then we get the tank, which is quite a big tank. This very big, very nice. It's a heavy tank. We've got this nice drip tip on there that unscrews, which is a little unusual, a little bit different, but I don't know whether the camera's going to pick that up. It's kind of got this little sparkled effect on it. I'll pop that back in. Okay, so having a closer look around the SKRR tank, on the base there you can see you do have your 510 connector, SKRR tank, little serial number, designed and manufactured by Vaporesso. Moving up then, you've got your airflow control. So you've got 3 holes. The control ring does stop fully open and fully closed. The glass section here, you do have a 2mm capacity or an 8mm capacity with your bubble glass. At the top then you've got Vaporesso there, and you've got this little notch to tell you where the filling port is, but as it is there now you can't open it. But if you unscrew, I know it's a bit strange, but if you unscrew the drip tip, then you can open your filling port, which is a little bit unusual, a bit of a pain if I'm quite honest. The drip tip then isn't compatible. You possibly could get away with using other drip tips, although it would probably be recommended to keep this one. It is sort of a shiny, speckled effect drip tip. It is quite nice, quite comfortable. Screw that back in place. Then if we unscrew the tank and have a look at the coil head itself, I really like these coils, they're awesome. So you've got this sort of a bullet piece going on in the center, which is supposed to improve the flavour of the vape. It is a mesh coil in there. and the ratings on the coil, so it's a 0.15, 50 to 80 watts, best 65 to 75 watts. Your Vaporesso logo going on there. Massive amount of juice wicking ports on that coil. You do get a spare one also in the box, exactly the same. This tank, then you see you've got this sort of a double glass effect. That's for your TPD 2mm capacity. Bit of a pain, although I will try and get my hands on the bubble glass for it. So I will pop that coil back in. Assemble back up the tank. Leave that to one side because we want to take a closer look at the star of the show, and this is awesome. It's got the front panel and the back panel is almost like a mobile phone. It's glass. You've got this clicky fire button with a little dot to indicate that you can only press it there. If you try and press it here, it's not going to press properly. It's angled that way. On the top then you do have a gold plated 510 pin which is spring loaded, a sort of engraving here in your 510 plate. So then if we take off the battery door, you can see then you've got this caution: do not use batteries with broken skin, always check your battery wraps. Please use high rate discharge batteries over 35 amps. You've got a website there for Vaporesso and Instagram, the Omni logo and Vaporesso. Doors held on by 3 magnets. Let me just zoom this out a little bit. 2 at the top and 1 on the bottom, which align with these magnets here on the device itself. The top there you've got Vaporesso Omni board 4.0. The battery tray then, you've got your battery orientation indicated clearly there, and you do have spring loaded contacts, although I do wish they had a little ribbon to pop the batteries out because it can be a little bit tricky, which I'll show you now in 1 second. So then if we pop our batteries in, positive up that side, negative up that side, you can see then it is a little bit tricky. You've got to get your nail in there and pull them out, which is a little bit of a pain if I'm being honest with you. Okay, so some little specs on the device itself. You do have 47.8mm from side to side, and then you do have a 29.5mm from front to back, and it is 146mm tall. You do have a micro USB charging port here at the base. Like with all, 5 clicks brings the device on. I love that screen, that's just awesome. Okay, and then to get into the menu, you can press the V for Vaporesso 3 times. That brings you into your menu mode there. And then you've got all your different selections. So first one is your variable wattage, so that's your VWN. If you want to change from hard, soft, etc., if you go down into DIY, hit that, you've got your variable wattage at the top, go in there, and then you've got your hard, normal and soft. So we're going to go hard, and that changes to a H. It also changes the little colour on the screen. On the bottom there you've got your resistance, you've got a puff counter, you've got your volts, and then your timer of your puff timer. You've also got a screen timeout, which can be a clock. You can have that in digital or analog as you wish, and then every time you fire the button, well, you can't see it without a tank on there, but you will get a little lock symbol there which will lock the screen, so you won't be able to press any buttons, and then 3 clicks will unlock that and you can get back into your menu settings. Now the interesting one on this one is you've got this SP. So the SP mode on here is the super player mode, which I think is a bit an odd name, but however we'll go with it. So what it is basically is, because this device can fire down to a 0.03 ohm coil, they recommend to use the SP mode for that. That gives you the range from between 0.03 ohms to 5 ohms on this device. Then if we go back into the menu, you've got your temperature mode. So for titanium, if you want to change that, you go down into your DIY, you go down into the VT, you press that, and that's where you've got then all your different options. So you got your stainless steel, you've got your nickel, you've got titanium, you've got your TCR, memory 1, memory 2, you can lock it, etc. If you wanted, you can change your TCRs. You can, if you go into nickel, for example, there, so you've got your temperature settings in there. So to change your wattage then in your temperature mode, if you go into the settings again, into your DIY, go into your temperature control, and then if you go down to the little cog down here, so then you can change whether you want it nickel, titanium, your memory settings, and then you can set your TCR, and you can also then set your wattage. As you can see that very well, you can change your wattage then in your temperature control as well. Not that I really use temperature control that much, but if you did want to do that, that's how you do it. You also have your coefficient settings there as well. If you want to get into them, I don't really use those at all. You've also got your variable voltage, and then you've got your coefficient, your power curve and all that there as well. And then you also have your bypass mode. And if you go into the settings, then you also have got your normal settings, your default time settings, brightness, puff counter, etc. Smart on off, which will check the resistance of your coil and set the wattage to what it thinks you should be vaping at. You've got auto on off, you've got screen timeout, key light, your vibration, so the whole screen vibrates, pretty cool, your version number, and then exit. So what I normally do is just keep it in my wattage mode. Normally it's just on the normal. So if we go down into DIY, variable wattage, normal, and that's it, boom. So what I'll do is I will get some juice in this tank, we'll pop it on top, and then we'll have a little vape, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. Okay guys, so that was the up close and personal tour around the Vaporesso Luxe and SKRR tank. So what do we think about this one? First of all, looks wise, this thing is gorgeous. I really like the sort of almost phone screen front and back. The menu system, the screen, the display, everything is just top quality. It really is. Even you've got a clock on it when it times out. When you press the fire button, the screen automatically locks. I know some people might think that's a pain in the ass. It's not really. It makes sense, because when you're holding the mod, you could accidentally press the up or down buttons depending on how you're holding it. So it does make sense in that respect. Other people have asked, does it eat your batteries, screen like that? No, I haven't noticed it really eating my batteries. But what I have found with this mod though is it fires incredibly fast. So if I press that button and you'll hear the tank, there's almost no delay whatsoever. This thing is incredible. Super player mode feature, a bit of a strange name to call it that, but it will fire down to a 0.03 ohm coil should you wish to vape that low. The SKRR tank, I like the looks of it. I do, I have to say. It's almost Smock Prince-esque looking, with the sort of
knurls on the top and bottom. Incredible flavour, a great vape. Two things I don't like about it. One, there's not much Vaporesso can do about it because it's all to do with the TPD laws and your tank capacity. With this straight glass, it's 2 ml capacity, and you are constantly refilling it. So I have ordered the bubble glass for it. The other one is the filling. How you fill this tank up. You have to unscrew the drip tip before you can access your filling hole there, and then you've got to screw this back down. Now I find that a pain in the ass. I would much prefer if you could just open it. Now I can understand why they did it, childproof, tampering and all that kind of bollocks, but it just annoys me, especially with the fact that you're refilling this tank so often because it's only got a 2 ml capacity. It's just nightmarish. Incredible flavour of this. I'm in love with this whole setup. I really do like it a lot. I will pop a couple of links in the description below as to where you can get your hands on one of these, as always. Also, we'll pop a couple of links to Vaporesso's website where you can check out the functionality and all that in more detail if you so wish. But from me, that's all I've got time for. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.